Good scale guys, Nexas here and welcome back to Destiny 2, and in today's video guys we are going to be going over a weapon that honestly I didn't think was anything too great, but now everyone is hyping over and that you should get it before Lightfall, because Bungie released some notes yesterday on what is happening, changes coming to Lightfall. One of them is a big thing to the Riptide fusion rifle. So if you don't know what the Riptide is, it's the old Crucible weapon you can get, of course, as I said, just from doing Crucible stuff, you can of course get a drop of it. But this fusion rifle, because of the change that will be happening, which I'll show on the screen now. But yeah, the changes that are coming to Lightfall will make this Riptide pretty much a freaking champion counter. And basically every one of the fusion rifles that can roll chill clip will be. But what's going to happen come Lightfall is that barrier champs will be pierced by weapons that have radiant going or volatile going. So if you get radiant on this fusion, it will of course pierce the barrier champs. Overloads will be of course countered as well by any sort of slow. With, of course, chill clip is freaking so easy to proc. It's literally just a shot with chill clip and they're slow straight away. And unstoppable champions as well. Once they are frozen, they will be stunned too. And the thing about chill clip is that that does a 50 stack and it needs to 100 to freeze. So 2 shots with this fusion rifle will insta freaking stun a champion, a freaking unstoppable champion. That is why so many people are hyped for this Riptide. The Riptide itself, it's a really cool weapon. And the reason people are probably going for this is because it's got the best rolls out of all the kind of other stasis fusions you can get. Of course, Deliverance is craftable, but this is a lightweight framed or a rapid fire frame one, so it shoots super quick. And it could also get lead from gold and everything. And one of the other great things about it right now is that it is pretty farmable. So you can see I got 30 Crucible engrams. This, of course, when I was playing Crucible, every time you level this up once, you get another engram. I've been farming them, so we are going to go through them real quick because I do have a chill clip roll, but I want one of the better rolls, so we're just going to do this real quick. Oh my god, I just went through 30 freaking engrams and honestly not one of them gave me chill clip. This is one that I stored ages ago, but god damn it, this is 30 focused freaking things. But this is the Riptide you're kind of looking for. As I said, the god roll a lot of people are kind of looking for is of course auto loading or lead from gold here, paired with of course the chill clip, because chill clip is going to be everything to counter those champions. As I said, there is other fusions you can go for. As I said, there's like this the Vandal, this can roll with chill clip as well. Most of the stasis fusions can. But the reason this one's super cool is because, as I said, it does have that lead from gold. And it is a rapid fire frame, so you can shoot super quick. And with the right pants and everything on a Warlock too, if we do stick on, of course, our Risk and Rain and Fire pants, it will be really easy to get Radiant going. We're going to showcase why this is probably the most wanted weapon, I think, right now before Lightfall. Compared to other weapons, everyone's like, oh, grind out. But this one is being sought after right now. So without further ado, let's go to PvE with the Riptide and chill clip. Alrighty, so we are going to be doing, of course, a freaking heist battlegrounds with the Riptide and everything. This one's going to look like this weapon. It is pretty cool, and as I said, with the Risk of Fire pants, of course, as well, or the Rain of Fire, this is going to be super sweet. So chill clip itself, you don't know what it does. It basically shoots a stasis kind of fueled, slowing kind of shot on the top half of the magazine. So when you got a weapon with like 7 bullets, the first 3 to 4 bullets will, of course, have this chilling sort of effect you can see. And it is going to be really nice, and especially when you throw on the Rain of Fire pants, 1 kill, I get Radiant on the gun. I get Radiant proc. So this will legit be able to counter Unstoppables, freaking Barrier champs, and of course the Disruption ones too. So the slow is what stops the Disruption ones, or the Overload champions. The Barrier is what Radiant will do. So Barriers will probably be the hardest one, but as I said, Radiant isn't that hard to proc. Look at this. Oh, Radiant. So Radiant is another one that will be really sweet. You can see 2 shots with this will freeze anything, meaning that you can stun those unstoppable champs, and that is why this is super sought after right now. As I said, there is other fusions right now that can do it. This one just shoots super quick, so getting the double kind of freeze off isn't too hard to do. And also, as I said, you can get lead from gold, which obviously in a double prime or double special setup is insane. And there is auto loading as well if you want to just keep on getting to the top half of the magazine. Now, as a Warlock, all I gotta do is this, and I reload all my weapons with the Rain of Fire pants. But there is a ton of reasons that everyone is hyping this roll up. This isn't something where it's like, oh, we're overreacting. We might little be, depending on what weapons you get next season and what the perks do and everything. But technically speaking, right now, this thing looks like it's going to be an absolute freaking powerhouse next season. As I said, it's mainly just a freeze. So next season, once I'm Radiant, I will be able to do this. But even freezing intrinsically is good against barrier champs because they can't actually proc the barrier when they're frozen. So there's a ton of reasons that you might want to get your hands on this weapon. As I said, the reason it's so much better than the other ones is that it's rapid fire frame, so it shoots quick, but it's also kind of farmable compared to other weapons. Like as I said, there is it's hard to get any of the other ones. The other weapons are either locked behind raids or it's just completely random world drops. If you want to use your umbrals, go for it. But me personally, I wouldn't do that. It's a freaking huge amount of effort to try and get it. Now, boys, can we all kill this thing? Oh, there's a death zone, boys. Death zone, death zone. This is where we're going to see the freaking freeze. As I said, freezing with it is honestly super easy. It's so easy. And when you get it going with the wrist grain, you can see I got chill clip going again. And this is what I'm saying. It will be honestly super nice when it comes down to it in next season. Because you will be able to do things like that where you can just dodge and everything to kind of get it going. And I'm telling you, Warlocks are going to have the biggest freaking champ thing. Oh, we actually got them done. Warlocks are going to be freaking cooking like diesel if it's like that. Unstoppable Ogre, all I have to do is get chill chip going. All I got to get is the chill clip going. So if I go like this and freeze him, I might not have enough bullets. But you'll see he'll freeze. And that next season, we'll have him full stun. So I'll be able to whip out the rocket and do things like that. Now, obviously, it's going to do like no damage. But next season, it's going to be freaking incredible in the way the French people say it. I'm telling you, it's going to be super fucking freaking dope. Now, of course, there could be other things that could get in the way of obviously this weapon being like god tier stuff. Like if they do a ton of changes to the weapon and stuff, it could change things. But this is what I mean by the freeze ship with obviously the barriers. You can just wreck them out with it already kind of by itself. They could change a lot of things though in terms of how barriers or champions are interacting with next season. Of course, certain subclasses have certain abilities, whatnot. They could change things again. But it's just kind of, you don't want to be left with FOMO, especially because certain times when we actually hit a new season, the old sort of seasonal crucible weapons, you just can't get anymore. And you don't want to be in a situation next season where this is legit the be-all end-all when it comes to like GMs or just freaking tanking, just destroying all the champions by itself. You don't want to be in that situation. And the fact that it is farmable right now just for, what is it, 25 legendary shards, a couple of glimmer, and an engram, like a crucible engram, I definitely do think it's going to be worth kind of investing a little bit of time because, as I said, it is just super nice for freezing things. Doing that real quick, and then everything's reloaded. The rain of fire fans, honestly, fusions is insane. But I do definitely think that currently with the way you can obtain this, it's definitely going to be worth your time investing trying to get it because it's super, super dope. It is really, really dope. It's even a good weapon right now. Alrighty, time for the big boss time, of course, with a Riptide. And as I said, it's probably not going to be as great really here, considering that, I mean, it doesn't have any things going for it yet. But as I said, it's actually not a bad fusion rifle in of itself. With the rain of fire too, every time I get a kill, of course, I will get the extra freaking damage going Radiant. As I said, there's so much kind of going for it. It's honestly, as I said, because it's rapid fire frame, it fires pretty quick, and it's not bad at the clear and everything, but you are going to be losing other sorts of weapons for this. So, of course, this isn't a top slot. Oh, mama. This isn't a top slot, though, so this is instead of using, like, something like Arby and everything, but it means that you can use Galahorn. So, there is pros and cons, of course, to using this weapon, like every other weapon you use, but I do think that, generally speaking, with just how it feels and obviously how good the weapon can be in terms of just freezing, I think it is really, really dope. You don't have to use Radiant with it. If you want to be even a stasis subclass, keep on freezing everything and stuff like that. There is multiple ways of playing with this weapon. But I would definitely say that you don't want to be in a situation where this is like legit the meta for PvE and you don't have it. Like it's never going to be, I don't think, must have freaking Riptide, stasis shot or whatever. It's never going to be anything like Galahorn used to be back in D1. But it is always a nice to have if you want to ever do content by yourself. If you ever want to do, oh, let me try this down. If you ever want to do solo content though, or you ever want to do other content where you don't, where you kind of need to have this going to be like the most effective, I would definitely tell you then you need to get your hands on this because it's going to be super sweet for that. As I said, just freezing in general. Obviously the damage you can do as well isn't bad too once you get Radiant going as well. It's a really nice fusion rifle, and I think just because it is farmable this season too, it's definitely going to be worth getting your hands on. As I said, a couple of legendary shards, a couple of crucible engrams, and you can get this in case they ever do just freaking remove it from the loot pool so you can't get it again. You don't want to be FOMO basically. It's a dope ass fusion. If you have other fusions that have, of course, shield clip, you can have the same sort of effect. But the god roll of this is definitely going to be the best of the bunch. And I do think overall, Riptide, with just how easily farmable it is, try to get your hands on it because it's a really sweet one. With how fast it fires too. Champions are honestly just going to get freaking annihilated next season. Maybe it's because Tormentors are going to be better, but Champions, they're going to get screwed over. Well, that is it from me, and of course the Riptide Fusion Alpha. As I said, you can stick on loads of things to make this even better. Like put the mag to 8 so you definitely get the 4 shots, whatever. The Radiant as well. The Radiant is super nice, of course, just for barriers. But the thing about it is that if you fire quick enough with this, Radiant or not, they can't pop their barriers fast enough. So if you just like legit shoot a rocket, then double shoot with this, you'll freeze them, then shoot another rocket. They will die pretty much instantaneously. So I will definitely say the Riptide itself, it's already pretty beastly at dealing with the champs. But next season, it's going to enter its own freaking, I don't know, arc, like killer arc, main arc. It's freaking, we're past the training arc basically. This is its training arc now. Next season's when it goes into the Great Ninja War and just absolutely destroys everything. I'm telling you, the Riptide, this thing is going to be dope next season. You can get better rolls, as I said. You can get lead from gold, chill clip, auto loading and chill clip. There is other rolls you can get which will be a lot better than this one. Boys, I got 30 engrams and I didn't get any. And the thing is, if you're high enough rank, of course, with Crucible, you can actually get multiple column perks. So you can get 3 in each slot, so you can maximize the chances. This is a really easy sort of farm or guaranteed way of getting it. There is other fusions in the game. One's behind a raid. It is craftable deliverance, but it's behind a raid, of course. The other is a world drop, the Arrowdale or whatever it's called. That is a world drop, which obviously is pure RNG. And then you also have the Trials one, Burden of Guilt, which again, it's beyond Trials. So this is definitely the easiest and most effective way to kind of grind this one out, I think, if you want your sanity kept as well. But I will say, Riptide, this is definitely the most wanted weapon right now. A lot of people are trying to get a good roll of this, because just in case this becomes the meta, the next season when Lightfall comes. I'm super hyped for it though, boys. I think the champions, they're going to get destroyed and everything. But definitely, if you want a good weapon to be like grinding out for right now, something to get before Lightfall, this will be one of them. This is top of your list. But regardless, if you like the video, just like, and you want to see more content, subscribe. Fantastic day. And hopefully I'll see the next collective in the next one.